Hi everybody, Jim at the board here. Going to continue where we left off on Sunday, working on getting to the first boss fight in terms of creating this game. So one thing I did learn, and do forgive me here, my audio seems from the capture card seems to be not working quite right. Is that, well, let me just head into the game and I'll show you as a reminder. Is that events that I had previously done weren't loading immediately. I could exit. Oops, and I broke the game because I had to do some multiple things at once. So let me head back and load in correctly. So we'll just step in here, step out, and then everything's reloaded. So it looks like one of my attempts to prevent to work around it still in place. So let me go fix that real quick. I just want when the player touches. And now that I know what the problem is, it's a matter of play testing this out to make sure I don't crash the game in a way that I don't foresee happening. Hey, we'll leave. Go here. Hmm. So that is loading it weird. What should be happening here? Welcome to the anybody who's joining us. So what should be happening here is I should step on the tile and it should tell it to move up at that point. That's not happening. Yeah, I think that'll happen. How are you doing, Dark Zordon? So what I'm going into right now is I am telling it to trigger the event when I touch the event instead of the player, and I'll see if that can work. Because I don't want, oh, thank you for joining. So what I'm trying to do here is basically create the map to be inescapable. I don't want the player to leave before they're supposed to, like so yeah. So it's kind of stalling out there, so what I think I'll try, because I did not actually set a limit yet. What I'll do is I'll go over here and go to when player approaches. And set 2 squares out. And we'll give this a try here. There is one option, and I don't want to try it quite yet. It's not letting me step on the tile. So I think what's happening here, and we'll check it in just a second, is I set the event tiles to be at the same level as the character. So yeah, I can't step on it because it has the same properties as a character. So I will set it to be below. When player touches, and I'll walk down the line and try that real quick. And that should create should fix the problem with that issue. So we'll go into a playtest one more time. By the way, as you can see, Potion Shop, Hospital, which does actually work. I forgot to unmute the thing, but there's still music that plays, and it would heal you. Still need to fill it out. There we go. And just like that, I can no longer escape the city, so we fixed that problem there. So we'll go ahead and save that. Now we're going to do a little bit of world building now that we are no longer able to escape the city. So our goal is the bar here, but I want to create a little cutscene with these 3 over here. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I am going to create a text for her in a moment. I want certain cutscenes to play out in the city. But if you go to the location where the cutscenes happen, at that point they won't trigger, which will knock off 1 or 2 points in the story. So by setting it up, that's the part of the reason it's like I'm having Serena say, promise to get food from Leon's to set up the excuse for him to be there. And by going to the tavern, or whatever you would like to call it, it'll create the cutscene. But some players would naturally try to break it, not that we don't know anybody who'd do that. I basically set up events where Serena will nag Leon going, you have not given me the food you promised yet, to prevent the player from leaving the area. So I'm just going to pick a random character. Not going to use him. I have plans for that character model as a teacher. So let's see. We'll go with this right here. And I don't want her to move or anything, but I will give her a little line of text. So let's see if I can find the face model here. There it is. Face model, hit OK. So something like getting a drink after a long day is nice. Truthfully, I could put just about anything, but I just need something there, and I don't need her showing up at all the time, so I'll also set her to show up on this one. And this is actually a good example of showing you setting it as the same properties as a character. As I'm going to quickly playtest this out. So I've loaded it. I can't go this way because she's blocking it. She's right by the tavern, which implies what we need. And what I'm looking for is to create a cutscene. By the way, as you can see, I can't pass her because I set her as the same property as a character. So I'll give this character here a little bit of text. Just spoilers, Sig is going to cheat in the duel. He's going to call it one-on-one, then he'll say, well, all matches are supposed to be team. Create team match, which you and Serena will tag team. Then more of his cronies will show up. These two will be your extra guest parties to help you for your first fight. So I'm just trying to get a basic introduction out of the way with them, so they don't come out of left field completely. But it's good. I've blocked it off so you can't really break the game here. So what I'm going to do is head back to the editor. By the way, if you're wondering about this little discoloration up here, this up here is actually where I stored another event when you first show up in the city. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and give her a little bit of text. This is a edited character, so I'll have to go into my custom characters. These are all characters / models I'll be showing up eventually. There we go, very end. Just something about me going nowhere fast. And what I'm going to do is put a new event. And what's going to happen is we'll have a little conversation play out, have everybody get a drink or get some food. They're underage, so no drinking. And then I'll have them end the day. Then we will set up for the duel. Oops, nope. She is not in that outfit. She is in her battle gear, so we'll switch to that. And Serena will be the first one to initiate the conversation. And this will be like a quick little 30-second or so cut scene, I hope. And then from there, we'll end the day. So go to Edit Characters, dim that. Just trying to think about how I want to word this real quick. Guess I'll go with the basic busy. Now, the one fun part is the fact that I have to keep switching back and forth here. So we have the basics down. Now here comes the fun part. I'm going to go ahead and hit apply to this. And the next set I'm going to do is I need to make it look realistic, so I just need to count how far I need to make my character go. So 1, 2 steps over. If I take any more, they'll run into each other and won't look realistic. So we'll set the motion. Oops. Set movement route. For the player, starting position will be right here. And we will move to the right 2 spots. Going back down. And going to put in a friendly greeting. Oops. Friendly start. And what I'll do at this point, and actually what I should do to keep track of everything, I'm going to go ahead and hit apply to this. Okay. So we're going to go back to this. Now that I know what her event is, I am going to set a movement route. I'm going to do it specifically for the event for Abby. And I don't want her to move, I just want her to turn to her left. Edited characters all the way at the bottom. As I'm trying to quickly type out without looking up at the screen because the keyboard's in a different place, so I'm sorry about that. Welcome back to the person who's watching. Hopefully that doesn't go too long. If it does, I'll have to cut off. Yeah. So, welcome back. So something to see here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a black line on the text box. If it goes past that, it means it'll cut off the word. So what I need to do is I am going to back this up and drop it down a line. And that'll take care of that. I am going to go back, set movement route. And I don't want her to move, I'm just going to have her turn up. Now I'm going to actually trap myself in a loop here, but I just want to check this part to make sure it all works before I get too far into it. So we'll do a quick round of playtesting here. So I need to spawn this lady in all the events I just created. So I'm going to try talking to her. And I can't interfere with the meeting. So I'm going to act like I'm going into the tavern. Alright, so that did work. So I'm going to go back to the editor and get the rest of the conversation going. So this is going to be Sona. This is Dylan, for lack of a better name. He has a crush on her. He's trying to convince. She's a little thick-headed on that department, so that's going to be a quick little cutscene. That'll play out. Transform to the tavern. As the two of them are talking, have Abby wish him good luck on the fight as the group heads off, and then Serena's going to say it's time to head home, and it'll be time to end the day. At that point, I'll set up the next day, which will be the boss fight, but let's get the last little bit of this taken care of. So all the way down at the very bottom. We're actually going to skip a lot of the conversation here because we walked on into it. And so I don't have to type the whole darn thing out. Actually, let's not go with that one. Let's go with that phase. So got to the point where Sona is going to say, so you want to join me? Dylan's going to say yes. She'll make the announcement. And that will wrap that up. So going to finish up this little string of text. So what I'm actually going to do next to make this look as realistic as possible is I am going to set a little bit of a movement route. I just need to find the event. I think it was this one here. Yep. Doesn't need to move. I just need her to turn down. Go back into my characters. I'm sorry if stuff got caught up there. That's what I want there. But I need to go back. I can't do that. All right. So Dylan is a healer of all things. I'd see a second person has joined us, so welcome. I'm actually going to drop that down to the second line. Go back in just so I can get that comma. And we'll finish off with one last line. Once again, if I can type straightly, which I am having trouble doing. And then the last little bit. Oops, nope, wrong character. Right character. Well, at least right characters currently. Probably have a little bit of cleanup to do there. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to do a quick check. I'll load everything I did. And activate the cutscene. Here we go. So that worked out actually pretty well. So what we'll do is teleport them now. I've created way too many maps. So we're in the city. Well, I call it a city, it's more a so I have 5 characters, 4 spots. I'll make it work somehow while looking neat. Switch condition. Back to deal to duel. Now, I don't need anything out of these characters. I'll transport the main character to here. Once again, don't need anything off of this. Just need them to show up when this event is triggered. I'll make this one be Abby. She's sitting in the middle, so she'll be facing down. Don't want to discard that. Next thing we'll do is create the next one. I will make this. Oops, nope. Be Sona. I'll also have her facing down for now. She'll be moving, so not by much, but I'll have her do some. And this one will be Dylan. Oops. Provide actually remember to give him his character model. And what I'm going to do is create an auto run event here. So you see all these little checkerboards here. This won't show up in the game. So this will be the perfect spot to set a auto run when you come in to the bar with the event Deal to Duel active. So before I work on that, what I'm going to do is go back to the city and end the previous cutscene. And we will transfer the player to a direct location. You bring this up just enough so I can see where I'm going. Send it to the tavern. There we go. We are now in the tavern there. And now I can actually start the editing the event. So I'm going to start off with Sona thanking Dylan. I do believe I limited teams to 2 to 4 was the rules I set. I'll have to double check my own writing for continuity's sake. So she's friendly. She's going to start off by thanking Dylan again. Both Abby and Sona are going to be fighters, so she is going to be honest saying, I cannot type. I do apologize about that. So she's going to be honest, say having a healer is a big help. Dylan's going to think. So I'm going to have him go, thanks for having me. Sona, stuttering, can't quite talk around his crush. Go down to Abby here. Should be a period there, just one. And that one. So what I'm going to do here is to make it life easy on myself. I'm actually going to straight up copy that, paste because she needs to talk again. So instead of going through everything, going to have that happen. To make it realistic, I'm actually going to insert in the middle of it and set a quick motion route so she'll turn and face. This. Oh, it's even worse than that. It auto-spilled match with math. Ooh, wrong name too. So let me go ahead and fix this. There we go. Going to actually delete that one because and I see your problem. Let me get in there and get that taken care of as well. It did not take a lot. Thank you, Dark Zordon. Take the space. So let's try this one more time. Set motion route. Once again, I don't need her moving. I'm just going to have her turn to make it look natural. So I need her. I will try to the right. If it goes backwards, I'll change it to the left. Nope, wrong one. There we go. Turn to the right. We'll go with that pace. I don't actually have another one set for him currently. Alright, so word travels fast. I'm going to have Sona interject next just to prove that she has issues with it. So first thing I need to do is get her facing the correct direction. Turn to the right. Almost done with this little cutscene. I said this is just a basic deposition dump. And there's like 2 more lines of text, and then I will, or about 4 more lines, characters of text, and I'll be done with this. as I'm hitting way too many buttons at once. So there we go. Nope. Actually, that face will work. Dylan will add something. I forgot my E. It's 2 words. Ay. Like I said, worst speller in the world going at it here. So, I'm giving a hint to the boss fight by saying that he's not going to play fair. So, I'm giving a hint here saying, by saying we'll do a bit of training, then head home. I said, I'm trying to drop hints along the way what to expect if you read the text. So, Sona's more the one who loved doing sports. And then Serena will finish it off. and we'll finish up. Uh, if around 8 o'clock, I will probably be able to get a game in. No problem. I'm just going to get to the start of the fight because then I have to build all of the characters out for it. So I'm going to get just before the boss fight on this scene and then build all the characters out for the boss fight. So next video will be definitely the boss fight. Thank you for joining us, Dark Zordon. I'll see you next time. For everybody else, let's get the last bit of this video taken care of. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit OK to save all of that for now. Sorry about that pause there, but anyway, so before I do this, this is going to get complicated because I am bouncing characters back and forth between scenes. So I'm actually going to go back to the city. And I am going to create a new tab for all these guys. So what we'll do is new event page, switch, create a new one. So what this one's going to be is don't know why I have an end of day part 2, but I am going to create an end of day 2 just to make this less confusing. It's not actually day 2 stuff, but it'll help. So, new event page. Switch and end of day 2. It's one of those things I actually have to go through and every character that I created, I have to create a new one to tell them to all go away. Same for these down here. As we just keep working down the list of everything I had to create for this to change it back. The NPC I'll worry about at a later time. So with that being said, I'll go back into the tavern. And I'll actually set this final event up here because I don't want to play it again. I'll set to end of day 2 to do that. And I need to make these characters disappear now. So as you can see, it takes a little bit of work to clean up just that one cutscene. All right, 2 left, and then I can put the final touches on this. One more to go. Go to edit this person, need to do a new event page here. Once again, do a switch. All right. All that's taken care of. I will discard that. So, to help prevent this from getting too awkward, I'm going to actually teleport, show text, transfer player. Into Duran. Now, I don't want to land it on one of my teleportation areas because it will just teleport me back to in there, creating a never-ending loop. And then I will hit a button I should not hit. Control switch. First, tell it to do end of day 2. Go to end of day 2 here. And what we're going to do now, all that work that you just saw, we're going to do a quick play test. Just to show you how much all that work actually takes. Oops. And it looks like my avatar has frozen on you guys. I do apologize about that. Don't know why it's frozen, but it is. I guess it's not meant to really go on this long. So we'll do this quick little play test. I need to activate everything here. Go here. I need to add it into the thing. I'll come back to that later. Teleport in. I need to oh, avatar's working again. So I do actually need to set which way my character's facing. Teleport there, and that takes care of it. Alright. So, almost everything is perfect. I just need to change like 3 little things. So first things first, go back to the city. There we go. We'll accept that. I do love the little shaking my avatar's doing right now. Like I said, do apologize. Transfer player. Okay, that should fix that problem. So he'll now be facing in the correct direction. I'll head into the tavern. And just edit the direction. I don't want it retained. I want him to face down. And that takes care of that. So next thing I'm going to do is go to my room. And by mine, I mean Leon's. And I am going to go ahead and do the most obvious thing there is. Delete the event page. Don't need that day 2. Copy event page. Paste it. Change this to end day 2. And even though I'm going to call it these things by days, they're not necessarily days like that. Day 3 is taken care of. Oops, need to make one last change. This thing's going to have a mountain of days to it. So the last thing I'm going to do here is go ahead and copy. Make sure that's the right one. 5, everything looks good. And I do believe that will be it. So I'm going to be saving here. I want to thank everybody for joining me again. If you're enjoying this, like, subscribe. I will take open suggestions here as stuff goes.